Hello everyone, welcome to Yamaguchi Japan Speaking Tube Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Issa. This is episode 72, or 72. Today I will talk about the recent situation that today's children, especially junior high school students, around junior high school students, elementary school students also, are very poor at learning something, anything, compared to their 20 years ago or something, in my generation, I think, or more older generation. I think this is I can point out there one reason, and it is very big factor for the phenomenon, is that I'd like to say that they don't have any opportunity to focus particular very narrow genre or narrow materials to learn. Therefore, just the one books, to focus just one textbook, to focus one textbook, or to do anything. Even if, for example, their video game only focus on one video game software. For them, it is a very rare occasion. They don't have any opportunity to do that, because they are given a lot of textbooks each year, and sometimes half years, and there's a lot of video games, and they can get very easily the another video games. And recently, the game means online game, the online game which is connected with the internet, to internet. So the game itself sometimes modified, but sometimes extended, and sometimes refined or something, and added it another stage or another section, and it is very in this situation it's impossible to do everything in their particular video, even if the particular video game and the particular learning and the subject of school, and the book, just one book, is they cannot read and understand it very deeply, because they have to do another thing, another textbooks, another game maybe, and it's very difficult. It is critical condition. So the conclusion is the young children just flow on the very surface of their knowledge and of the textbooks, and they cannot dive the deep core or deep kind of it's very important essence of the subject. So, and they didn't have that type of experiment, and so they just slip on the surface of their knowledge or letters. It is unfortunately the critical condition. That situation make them being poor at learning. What is learning? Do you know? Learning is to understand the core, the essence. So to do that, we need understand perfect understand a book. Maybe the quality is better, is of course better, but just one book or one main and the textbooks deeply, very deeply, to understand very deeply. And after that we can understand other books, other textbooks that say, on the same domains very easily and very quickly, because we get some kind of their core of the subject. For example, the grammar book, English grammar book, grammar exercise book. If I understand just one book, the beginner to intermediate level grammar books very deeply, if I understand very deeply, and I can say that every questions I can explain every question if until that if I do again and training again with that book. So it is very easy if I can do that kind such a thing. It is not so difficult to understand their advanced level textbooks or other kind of books or other kind of the same level books. But if I just choose their alphabet A, B, C, D, and I can do that, I can not do that, and the textbooks explain that about that question. This is adjective. That is why that is the correct answer or something. And I can. It's okay. I do that next time. Next. And if I never do that question again, I will just forget that knowledge, I think, and I cannot really understand that question. Okay, this is my opinion. So the solution is the most easy solution is just don't give them, their school children, don't give them too much textbooks, and let them choose their main textbook each other independently, I mean. So the one student A choose this textbook do mainly, and student B is another. It is very good. And the other textbooks are for them just a supplement, or maybe they don't do that at all. But it is very good for the school children to learn effectively, I think. It is a necessary skill. And the video game also, and I advise the school children to do offline video game, not so video game connected with the internet. The specific, I can say that. So they can have a kind of experience to do the narrow domain, narrow materials, and small materials, specific small materials, to understand very deeply, them very deeply. And so they they do that. They get that kind, the ability to understand very deeply if they try the other domains. I think that is why that is my declaration for learning. But unfortunately, school children, school teachers or the parents of them do opposite action. So they make children do a lot of homework. It is almost impossible to do that in very short time, but they have to do that. School children, they have to do, and so it is very busy, too much busy to do. Focus just one textbook or one single domain, and and also the parents is also think it is very good to do a lot of homework, so a lot of things, and to make a very beautiful notebooks. It's a very stupid. So they require, the student and the parents require to do to make a very require them to make a very beautiful books, notebooks, I mean, and with a colorful pencil and very the beautiful letters or something. I think it's very stupid, but the children think, oh, it is training, it is a study to make a beautiful notebooks. So, and they do, and they don't memorize any of the contents of the textbooks, or even if the contents of notebooks they make. Very strange, but their purpose is different. Purpose is making very beautiful notebooks, not learning, not to memorize. It is. I think it is the source of nightmare in this school situation around Japanese education. So I would like to say that, and I don't know what is in your country. What is education? How is the education situation in your country? But I would like to I would like to share the problem of Japanese education, and things are very serious, and very few of people are aware this situation. Not many, I think, but in 5 years or 10 years, there are more people aware of the serious situation, because the children will grow and they go into their societies, social social situations or societies, or enter the company to work, or make some kind of the business. I think it's better there. So, thank you for listening to Speaking Tube Radio. Have a nice day. Balete.